Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. And in fact, I'm just happy to be talking to you because I've not seen you for so long.
Yeah.
And I get the chance to spend an hour with you, which is great.
Oh,
How often do we get a chance to talk to each other for a solid?
never. I thought, how long is it since I've been round to your house? Probably more than 15 years.
Yeah.
Because your little girl was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's right. She's 20,
And
25.
she's gone to university.
Yeah. And all that. You know, my house isn't my house anymore, by the way.
Isn't it? No, I didn't know that. Oh.
No, I'm staying, we just downsized and we're staying in a beautiful penthouse apartment in Marylebone Lane.
Good idea. That's that happened to me years ago with when Paul passed away.
Right.
You know, I sold it. It was like not worth rattling around in a cage.
That's right.
And you know, did the same thing, downsized, but it's got loads of my stuff's all in boxes still.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Lining the walls.
But what are you up to at the moment?
We are in our last 2 weeks of rehearsals for the new Erasure tour, which is starting on October the 4th. And we start in Glasgow and then work our way down. And then we've been putting off Europe because it's changing and stuff. Then we go to the US and we have quite a few days in January. And that takes us through to, I think about March.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I mean, otherwise, apart from that, we've been doing, Vince has made another album, a brand new album from parts from the previous album that we had last year, which was called The Neon. And they had one album this year that was called The Neon Remix. Now he's made this other one from
Lazy bastard.
Lazy fun, like Dusty Bin.
You should have called it upcycling. That'd be.
Yeah, that's it. It's exactly what it is. You know, I was quite actually not. I wouldn't say shocked, but really strangely amazed by how he kind of took. He said it was loads and loads essences of my voice, you know, just like from the backing vocals and things like that, and then used them as synths and kind of played them, made brand new track from them. So it's kind of it's very ambient, and then with me singing on the top again, you know, it's just something new. Wow. So I hardly recognised. There are only probably maybe one song or two songs that I recognised where the chants came from, you know, but otherwise.
How amazing!
Yeah,
he's done it on his own. Who's produced it with him? Anybody?
He did it on his own. Yeah, it's not. He actually mixed it as well. He mixed it, and then, of course, his version was, I mean, really beautiful. You know, it took him quite a long time to do. And you know what he's like.
Yeah.
Gets completely focused, and so there were a couple of tracks where I thought, oh, the story's gone away. You know, because I kind of told a story. I felt like I was telling a story on the mic. I said, oh, the story's gone. Where's it gone? You know? So Gareth Jones, went into Strong Room and did 4 tracks with what I thought, how I thought they should be, you know? So it's a mixture of 2. So we're having like 8 plus 2 on one album, and then there'll be 2 tracks there for something else, you know. That's what we've been doing, and I've been doing some co-writing as well.
Who is
getting ready? Well, we've been working with Boy George, which I can't believe for the very first time, like in all these years, you know, because I love his writing, I love his and his dance material, and also with the Grid.
Oh, what, Dave Ball? No, not Dave Ball. Dave Ball. I'm just doing some stuff with Dave Ball.
Are you? Fantastic. It was, yeah. Anyway.
I said to him, wouldn't it be great? Because he used to be a Northern Soul DJ.
Oh, I love it, Martyn.
And I said, I love Northern Soul. You know, I'm big. I used to visit Northern Soul clubs. And I said, you know, why don't we, you know, the brilliance of Tainted Love? Yeah. Why don't we do something that's Northern Soul flavored but purely electronic? So we're doing that.
Oh, great. That sounds so great. You know, one of my favorite ever is it sounds like a B-side, but it's called it's by the Ronettes, and it's called what's it called now? Do I Love You?
How's it go? Go on.
The intro of it, is dun 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 do I love you for my baby? Do I love you for my love?
Yes. Well, that's all the samples I need. Thank you very much.
The chorus just goes, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, whoa.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Look at that. It's a world first. It's an exclusive. Podcast gold.
Oh, no, I honestly think that is one of the best songs ever, you know, for like Northern Soul dancing.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
wow. Did you ever do any Northern Soul dancing?
I did, yeah. I used to go to the Northern Soul night in Peterborough. They had one, and it was quite weird because they mixed it with electro, so that early electro, you know, so your stuff. They had the Human League. That's where I first. Well, it's not where I first heard Sparks, but you know, kind of really got into them. The number one song in Heaven. And but alongside it, they were playing Northern Soul records, which I never had. And it was at this place called the Irish Club. It was at the Irish Club, which was just across the river, so it's kind of just a little bit outside town. Well, I saw the B&B was on this B&B called the Dog in the Doublet, and it's right on the river. And it was on. Four in a Bed, you know that program, Four in a Bed, and I thought, like,
I love that song.
Like each Thursday or whatever, or once a month, you know, to this club, and it was just fantastic, you know. And they had, and why I liked it much, and apart from the music as well, was you could have a dance off with the men, so it wasn't like, you know, Memphis on men, you know, it wasn't like seen as being homoerotic or anything, you know. It was like you weren't coming onto them. It was like a duel.
Well, the Northern Soul thing was like 90% men anyway.
Yeah,
it was in Sheffield, and
yeah, I love the fashion, those high waisted
Oxford bag with the end
buttons.
Yeah, I used to have some. You won't believe it now because it wouldn't look very good on you. Oh no, I'd need a corset to get into it, but it was like 18-button waistband, right up to here, and really baggy bags, Oxford bags.
But they were quite. That was very reminiscent of the old-fashioned sailor.
Yeah,
people,
like that's right.
You know, all the whites, you know. So I just thought it was amazing, and with a little polo T-shirt as well.
Yeah, my mate, who was a fantastic Northern Soul dancer, used to go all around the country, twisted wheel and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
He was so obsessed with it. When he went, he used to take a little bag of sand with him so he could put the sand on the floor so he could do all properly and lubricate it a bit. That's serious.
Well, those backdrops as well. You know,
oh my God.
Back on one hand and then just like get back up again. You know, really, that was kind of, I mean, years ahead of breakdancing, wasn't it?
Years ahead.
Yeah.
Based on like James Brown and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I've always just loved that kind of like shuffling across the floor sort of type dancing.
Yeah. Like, there was like the holding pattern, wasn't there? Which is like moving the feet in opposite direction. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there'd come a break and go back that and they do a backflip and
Yeah, it's like people kind of like almost let you have your go. That, as you said, they'd be around the sides. So it's like it almost some kind of like a bullfight or something, I suppose. Whether the crowd's around, and all of a sudden somebody else will come in and join in. And,
that's right. And a lot of speed.
Yeah,
a lot of speed, a lot of bags, a lot of boxes of 7-inch vinyl, which seems to swap and stuff. That was great. What a speed!
I never knew who the artists were, though. That was the only thing. It was so rare, wasn't it, that the single imported, and that was pre-12-inch, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Ian Levine, wasn't it? Who used to go to America and bring back and just absolutely ransack all the kind of cutout stores in Manhattan and bring back all the singles that never sold, right? And bring them back. And if they were not known, they were worth more to him. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I get mixed up between Northern Soul and the Philadelphia sound. Because it's a bit.
That's a bit later, isn't it?
Yeah,
we could be smoother, less dance oriented.
If you know anyone, I know there's a house for sale in near Miami that's got this record collection to die for in the basement. Is this serious? I'm serious.
Well, it includes the record collection.
Well, the record collection could be bought separately.
Wow.
Amazing, like rock and roll. Honestly, you have not seen anything like it. Wow. It's my partner's sister. She's selling that house.
Wow. How many records do you think? Is it vinyl?
I would say, yes. I would say, like, I don't know. I have no idea. 200,000?
Yeah.
I don't know, Martyn. I'm just lucky to figure it. It's just like wall to wall, everywhere you look. More than a record shop. Probably like HMV.
All right. Wow. Okay, so here we are on the Electronically Yours with Martyn Webb podcast, and we turn into estate agents. It's fantastic.
And a record seller.
And record sellers and everything. I've not even gone to my notes yet, and we've already covered so much. Okay, I want to go back to when you first started, and you had a band called The Void, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I was called The Void. That was...
Oh, you were called The Void.
It was actually a 4-piece band. It was like one of those end of the garden dad's bands, It was formed by this dad. He wanted his son to be famous. Apparently they had this gay singer before I joined, who, I didn't know. He sounded very nice. His voice was lovely, but he left. And then, we probably were together for about 3 months, this band. Right. They had some great songs. One was called Telepathy in Slow Motion.
Right.
And they were quite groovy, sort of, and it was kind of electronic-ish, but sort of like edging towards that area, But Wade, the bass player, if he would leave and do a duet with me, a duo. So he did, and he was the bass player. She was a splitter right from the very beginning.
Oh, splitter!
He left. Yeah, he left. So I ended up with this bass player. It was really brilliant. We used to just like take our references from stuff that was in the charts, like Who's That Girl, the Eurythmics version.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Who's that girl with the ice cream? And so
you just tacked on some other lyrics on the end.
Yeah, and then like just do these kind of like funky, just like funky sort of electro bass lines on bass guitar, you see. And then he would kind of play all the instruments, keyboards and everything. But we had some great songs. He wrote some really good songs. And then we started writing together. One of the first songs was called Delusions of Grandeur. That he wrote himself. And so we met this manager who was a guy called P. Gage. Well, Pierre met him. And he used to be with a band called Vinegar Joe. And Vinegar Joe, they were, they were quite groovy, sort of, and it was kind of
Oh, I know Very Good Joey.
He went out or was married to Elkie Brooks. And then we made a 4-track single, no, one single with a A side and B side, printed 1,000 copies.
Right.
And that was it. And then tried to get a deal. You know what he was like in those times. You know, nobody seemed interested. So I thought, well, we'd only done 2 shows. You know, one was in a Domino's club in Southall, and the other one was in Ealing Park. You know, getting pelted by the building.
Oh, shit.
The eggs, you know. So I thought, when I need to get serious, then started looking again in the paper, and then saw the Melody Maker ad, which didn't.
No, what was Dinger then?
Sorry, Dinger. That was how I got my ego name to get into to push myself from Andy Bell. They called me Dinger in school, Ding Dong. You see.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that a band, Dinger, or that was just your right?
That was the duo. Yeah. Because before that we were called Boimer, which was German for tree, so it's a bit too pretentious that way.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah.
And even the Oi was a bit too pretentious.
I like Dinger though; it's good.
Yeah.
So tell me, so you saw this ad in the Melody Maker, was it?
Yeah.
And what did the ad say? In fact,
the ad was versatile singer wanted by established songwriter, and that was it. And it was, and I always had this feeling. I just thought of all the people that I would love to work with in the charts, or doing pop, would be Vince Clarke, because I thought he was the most left field person. And then one of my flatmates at the time said, because I used to rehearse along to Yazoo Records, and Jimmy Somerville and stuff like that. And he said to me, "That's going to be you in a year's time, this guy." And he works for Gok now, and Gok did our makeup for the Breathe video, which was
right.
So it's amazing how all these things.
It is true. It's very true. And so you right. So is it true that the first Erasure album? All right. First of all, who came up with the name Erasure?
Erasure. That was one of mine and Paul's names, which just came from Razor Edge. Erasure. But we loved the movie Eraserhead.
Oh yeah.
It came from that, and and then I was very interested to find out the sounds wrote for the film were all made by banging on a radiator.
Is that right?
The movie, yeah. And I just thought, that's so apt. In some ways it seems so apt. And I had no idea of the word erasure, because I thought it was a word you could spin round and say it would be the same backwards kind of thing, but it's not. It's not.
Hold on, what is it? Erasure. Yeah. Palindromic, that's the word, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's kind of it's amazing how many times you see the word now, about kind of things being erased and the erasure of so and so and so and so. Do you know what I mean?
It's like the cancel culture thing, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of. I feel like we've kind of reached that point now.
Yeah. And what did you have any other names in the shortlist?
We had the Water Babies. We had Vince Andy or V&A. Can't remember what else was on the list, but it wasn't a very good list or a very long one either. So.
Yeah, we had some funny ones when we were doing the Human League. We had Monolith, which sounds like a heavy metal band, doesn't it? Yeah. And the other one that I really like, which is one of Ian's ideas, was what was it? Wordmasters.
Yeah,
the Wordmasters.
Oh right, oh that's a good one. Oh yes,
strange name, but yeah. So okay,
that sounds like online lexicon now.
Yeah,
Martyn, isn't it?
it does. It does. It does.
Yeah.
So you released the first single, which was, very. Where did that get to in the charts?
Like, I don't think I'm not sure if it went in the charts. It was, I'm not sure if that was 87 or if Wonderland was number 87. It didn't get any airplay or anything. So,
Do you ever think that in today's environment, where you're not with mute, you'd have probably been dropped? And that
we'd have been dust. I'd have been dust, and Vince would have gone on and found another singer. So we were very lucky, and I was kind of like, I just think, oh, God bless you, Vince, for standing by me, because he was like a very successful man already, and he didn't need to.
But he needs you. It needs you.
Yeah.
To complete him.
Yeah. But I just, he had faith in me, and that was proved by just like driving around the UK in a van.
Mm.
We got playing all the universities and clubs and places, and I just thought, wow, this kind of, because I thought it was going to be like just past, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And I was really glad, Martyn, that we were made to work, because I don't think I would have appreciated it more in my heart. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you have to have some adversity. It's like the Jeopardy moment in documentaries, isn't it? You've got to.
Even now, I have to remind myself, and I feel so grateful for being able to make music. I know it's kind of anyone can, but it's not all the places in the whole world can.
No. I'm very grateful we grew up in the time we did.
Yeah.
Because the environment from record company point of view and from the point of view was perfect for what we do. So I'm very grateful as well.
I mean, really, you should, it is true about be careful what you wish for, because me and Vince always used to say music should be free, and now it's like
fine. Tell that to your accountant.
It's like
I know. Yeah, but I know what you mean. But the key point is that you do it because you're passionate about it and because you love it. And I always say, I teach MA students in songwriting now and all that, and I always say to them, look, more than ever, you've got to love what you do, or else, because that's really your payment. And if you get a financial kickback, that's a bonus. But unless you are passionate about what you do, you're just fighting on a losing wicket, Yeah.
It is strange, it's kind of that thing like, we all love performing as well, and it's when it comes to like putting a set list forward, you don't want to just do it.
No,
even though you've
of course
done them. You don't just want to do those because it's not a challenge to you.
No, of course. And also, the audience need a time when they can go to the bar, don't they? When they're playing the new album.
Oh, yeah.
I'm naughty. I'm sorry. I'm naughty.
You're fine.
No, I agree completely. We always try and change up the set list all the time. Even in the tour, we change songs every night.
It's why I can't. I get more and more. I don't like modern technology because it's just every single thing is monetized.
Everything. Yeah.
Except, and then you have these streaming services that play your records and you don't get paid.
Well, we haven't released anything digitally with Heaven 17 for about 6 years now. The only things we release are vinyl. Yeah. That's it. We'd rather go, fuck you all. I even get DJs and radio DJs finding contact details from me and begging me to play one of the tracks that we've released only on vinyl. I said, you can play it, but you got to destroy it afterwards.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't keep it. And they go, what are you talking about? And no. Because as soon as it's in the digital domain, It proliferates. It'll be everywhere, and you get paid nothing for it anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, I just want to say at this moment in time, how much I love you, number one. But number two, not number two, number two. It's you have to watch this at some point. But is I've got an amazing. I've never told you this before, but I've got an incredible amount of respect for the amount of stuff you do for charity, and particularly AIDS charity, and you do stuff for PETA as well. Don't you? You've done that in the past, and as being one of the first openly out gay men, not hiding the fact that you were HIV positive, giving inspiration to people to be brave, to be honest and true to themselves, is probably your life's greatest achievement, I think. And obviously the fact that you're an incredible singer is an amazing thing. But I just thought I'd say that in as honest a way as I possibly could at this point. And I rarely get a chance to say that about you in public. No. And I know you would never seek that attention. It's not like you're going for an MBE or anything. I think we've already... Though that ship has sailed a long time ago. But anyway. It's all right. No, I mean it. And I think a lot of people... part of a large part of the reason you've had such longevity is because people have enormous respect for you as a person, and also Vince, of course. The senses they give you in the same way. Yeah. You've got your own career with the solo albums and the theatre work that you do, and you're a true artist. So I was going to say it for the end, but I thought I'd better say it now.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it, and I think it's, as you do, it's kind of very important to do stuff outside of your...
It definitely is.
Pain, just to kind of...
It informs your work and cross-fertilizes it and keeps it fresh. Yeah. Just want to point out, because I've gone to the trouble of doing all this research, 20 million albums or more, 5 number one albums, 17 top 10 singles in the UK. It's not bad, is it, that? What do you think of the... Oh, I know. What do you think of the ABBA thing?
To be honest, I was not that blown away by the...
No, me neither.
No, I thought they kind of sounded like, to be fair, they're old and stuff like that. But I kind of feel like that now they're part of this sort of gentleman's club almost, this like of musical writers. Do you know what I mean?
Precisely. He sounded like Cats to me, or something. No.
Yeah, like it's kind of, it's like, it sounds like Mamma Mia 3.
Yes.
And that's no disrespect.
Well, I know, but listen, they've got an albums with, presumably. If they're the best examples of that album, I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure. I mean, I love them, as we all do.
I feel the same, Martyn, though.
It's a legacy that shouldn't be tampered with.
Yes. Yeah. It's maybe it can teach us something. Yeah, I don't think I would like to be an avatar. I wouldn't like to be an avatar.
That's because it's about making money, mate. That's what it's
when I'm dead, I want to be dead. Not just, I don't want to be a ghost floating around all around the world and just singing the song over and over and over.
No, I don't like it.
No.
Me no like it.
I kind of do. Sorry.
I was going to say, if they're going to do it properly, they should have all the concerts on one night simultaneously.
What, all around the world?
Yeah.
All at once. Let it all just that.
Yeah, no, that's it. Boom. I'm off. Thank you. That's my pension. There's those they need it. But, yeah. So you've done loads of collaborations with people. This isn't a loaded question because we've collaborated. Yeah. So exclude me from this. Yeah. I was going to say I know it's a difficult one to answer, and I'm sure you've enjoyed all of them in different ways, but is there anything that you are really particularly proud of?
Well, I loved working on Electric Blue with Manhattan. I loved that, and they were kind of the sort of first natural, organic collaborations with Claudia Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I thought
right.
it did really good work on there. I think I don't know. I mean, I really wasn't thinking about it. And they lived around the corner, up in Highgate, and so we would just like wander around over the evening. Like we'd do some writing and stuff. So, and the song I did with oh my god, I can't think. Sorry, it went out of my head.
Not Jake Shears, no.
Jake, yes, but the other. Oh my god, I'm gonna get killed. I can't remember it right now.
Let's move on. Come back to it later.
All right.
Okay. We did something at the Royal Opera, didn't we?
So what was that, hon?
We did something at the Royal Opera House. The on public display thing, and you sang the role of the Petrushka.
Well, I didn't actually sing it though, did I?
No, you didn't. You did sing it, and we used the recorded version.
But we recorded it though, didn't we?
Yeah. And the people absolutely adored it.
Really,
That's fantastic.
I think because I hadn't done it live.
Yeah.
I have not placed it in my mind.
That's right. It's like, move on.
So ashamed.
Oh, no. We'll not tell. Not going to tell. That's not the reason I brought it up. I was just really happy with it. Yeah. So, yeah.
I haven't heard that for years.
Oh, I've got it recorded somewhere, so I'll dig it out and send it to you. But I was the one who got the roses thrown at me. Right? That could have been you. Yeah. Anyway, but moving on to the third Musical Quality and Distinction album, the version of Breathing was fucking great. I love that.
It was so dark. It was kind of much darker than Kate's version, because I love her, and they but I remember because you'd recorded the music already and then sent it to me, and I was over in the US and I just met my new partner Stephen, and
your husband,
he's my civil partner now, for like 10 years or more. So I had to find this honky tonk recording studio, like in way out camper and the sticks, and go and do it in there. And it was like, and I was telling this guy what he had to do, and it was like, it was very like going back to like, being a non-musician kind of thing.
Yeah,
really like that. And it was in a quite a difficult key, so I kind of like had to work my way around it.
It was an amazing performance. Amazing.
Well, it was.
I thought this backing track sounded like a film soundtrack, and I thought that's what made it work. It really made you feel uneasy, and it should do it. I mean, the subject matter is pretty dark, frankly.
Yeah. So when you said, because I remember at the time I said because I was confused about the title, wasn't I? Something I thought it meant something else.
Oh, you mean about the theory of the lyrics?
Yeah, or the title of the album.
Oh yeah, dark. Yeah,
it was dark. Yeah, I misinterpreted it somehow. I don't know how. But to me, the song "Breathing" was kind of like just this dystopian, horrible nightmare with this baby being born into a horrible place, And
that's when we thought that nuclear war was the worst thing that could possibly happen. Well, it probably is. When we've gone somewhere since then, haven't we?
Years that we've been at sea since then.
Oh my god!
Oh, well, we're still at sea.
Oh my god, Andy, come on! We need to form a new political party and sort this bullshit out.
Lions. It's so. What makes me sickest, Martyn? It's just the same old tricks. Shit, over and over and over again.
Yeah,
and people just fall for it. Don't even look beyond their
narrow self-interest. Yeah, but that's the genius of Thatcher, wasn't it? She divided society.
Well, yeah. purposely.
Purposely, that's what I'm saying. I don't say she's a genius. I'm saying from her point of view, it was like the evil emperor, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's like number one in the ruler's guidebook, isn't it? In the leader's guidebook.
Isn't it?
You know, how to take over the world or divide and
conquer, yeah.
That's rule number one. I'm not sure what all the other rules are, but I'm sure that
it probably is all the other rules rolled into one. Pop star to opera star. Tell me about that.
Well, that was kind of embarrassing, but I just felt like Erasure were getting no exposure whatsoever.
Right.
So, it was my only. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of reality television. Only sometimes I might get sucked in for a couple of episodes of something.
Yeah.
Well, so and really, I just thought, well, come on, your voice is quite operatic, and this will be a really good experience for learning one-on-one with a professional opera singer, and I took it really seriously.
I know you did. I could tell.
And it was kind of more, because it was made TV, So, I didn't get the tricks behind the whole campaign. Do you know what I mean?
What were the tricks behind the whole campaign?
Well, because they always say to you, "Oh, can you say this? Like, this is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do." In my
life. I see.
And those kind of things. So you couldn't kind of be honest about things. And then you'd get somebody who would be your mentor, and they'd be as nice as pie to you. Just before
when they slag you off.
Yeah, then when you go on, it'd be like, and so that's why in the end, and Erasure, we were on tour at the same time. So I was literally getting back on the train, like early in the morning, and coming all the way back to London for the show. You know what it's like being on tour. It's
exhausting. Yeah.
But my brain was just fried, and trying to learn Italian. I mean, you can probably speak it.
A little bit, yeah.
Me, it's, I love it, for the language in the opera, but doing the Barbara of Seville.
No, that's super tough there.
And it's like, I can see why they picked that version for me, for the comedic element, but the lyrics just went completely out my head.
Is that the one that goes daddla 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 daddla? Oh, that's so tough in English. Let alone in it. Oh, that's so tough.
So it was like there was no way in hell that I was gonna.
No. Did you do? I mean, I thought you did really well, but that's incredibly tough. Did you do any Andrea Bocelli stuff?
I don't think so. No.
Is that what has suited your voice?
Yeah. I haven't.
La 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 la. That one, yeah. You know the one. So tell me about Torsten the Bareback Saint, and that's a one-man show, right?
It's all different things. It's like they say it's a one-man show, but it's actually, when we have done a show, there have been 5 of us on stage, and with dancers. But it comes from the mind of a guy called Barney Ashton Bullock, who's like one of my good friends now, and we met at an award ceremony for Daniel Miller, and because he works for Cherry Red also,
right,
and has his own company, I think, called Strike Force Entertainment.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. He does reissues for bands that he likes.
Yeah.
And so, but he's a poet, and I just loved his stuff. I just thought it was very like Berkhoff.
Oh, I like that stuff.
It was like Berkhoff with a bit of a jerk off. It's like quite. It's quite.
Was he rude?
It's very pornographic in places.
Right. Do you get naked?
I don't get naked. I'm kind of dressed more like a Duke or something on the.
All right.
For bareback thing. Not yet, we haven't, but it's quite filthy, which is why I like it as well. And that kind of me of when Debbie Harry took the role in David Cronenberg's.
Yes, at a Videodrome. Yeah.
So that's what it reminds me of, being in something like that. That's kind of like so off. Because in Erasure, you have this clean cut image kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought anyway.
I need to tell you something. I'm not totally sure about that.
No, I
still remember your arse being out. Don't worry.
I have been voted to go back in the closet. Because it's been a long life for being so boring, So I thought, well, you don't know me. You don't.
Go back in the closet. I love that. That's funny.
I was like, in.
I've never heard that before. That's good.
Went up to Barney, because he said, "Oh, I've got this project that I thought you might be interested in," and I had heard the Peter Hamill's All of That House of Usher.
So I love Peter. Yeah,
Montresor in, and so I just thought, why the hell not?
God, but isn't it incredibly daunting doing a one-man show where it's all on you?
Well, it is. I mean, I have to say that for the last show, I had a prompter.
Oh, right.
Because honestly, Martyn, I don't know what it's like to you, but for me, learning words to speak,
I couldn't do it.
It's really, really difficult. It doesn't matter how much you think you forced them into your brain, and read them over and over and over. It's like learning a book off by heart.
I can't do it. I couldn't.
And it kind of like, for me, it kind of feels like it had gone in, but then they go around and they start taking chunks out and mixing around. I'm just like, where am I?
Shit.
It's wrong halfway through. It's like,
oh my God.
So you get that, and this is the reason why you do it, is to get that rabbit in the headlights feeling.
Oh, I hate it.
Horrible.
Oh, I hate it. I've had it, and it's horrible. And you have that thing where you're outside your body looking at yourself.
Yeah.
And you're going, what is he doing down there?
You have no idea where you are.
No.
You kind of just...
And then you start thinking, did I switch the washing machine off? Or, that weird things start popping into your head.
That happens, say, in rehearsal. There's one thing, when you're kind of like singing songs as well, I found, the minute you start thinking of your mind wanders and you start thinking of something else, like, oh, I wonder what if this dress will be okay for Emma or something. It goes. The lyric just goes.
Meanwhile, your mouth is still making sounds.
Yeah.
I know I've had that, and I don't sing leads, so Glenn's told me all about it. But I've never forgot You've Lost That Lovely Feeling yet when I do that duet. That's all I have to remember, thank God.
Give me my love, Glenn.
I will.
I thought that version you did on I didn't do it. It wasn't George Holland. It was something like on BBC4 or something.
Yeah.
You did another version of Fascist Groove thing.
Yes.
Like with the drum machine.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's very kind of you. Yeah. Thank you. And you do a lot of remixing as well, don't you? Do you enjoy all that?
Yeah, I like doing that as well. That's
Do you find it easy?
I wouldn't say I find it easy, but I kind of feel like if I'm really into the person, like one of the last things I did was for Amanda Lear, who I really love.
Christ, that's going.
Yeah.
How is she now?
Obviously, you should look it up, the video for La Belle et la Bête, and it was for the Beauty and her song. And it's her being caught on security cameras in this hotel. And she's on the bed, laying back, holding the phone, kind of like making love on this phone. I did this version for her, for this song. And I pretended to be the Beast, like in the Beauty and the Beast sort of thing. And her record company, I don't know who it was, if it's Carrere or whoever, but they loved it so much they were just saying, "Oh, Andy, can you do us another one?" So
really,
if I just thought, I think she's like must be in her 70s. I mean, nobody. She's such an enigma. She won't tell anything about her life. You know, she's like it's a bit like Marlene Dietrich kind of thing.
You know,
There's all rumored that
I'd like to be alone.
yeah, now she's a beautiful woman, and she was like Salvador Dali's muse.
Is that right?
I think so. Yeah,
And she didn't she go out with Bowie for a bit or something?
I'm sure he had. I'm sure he.
You went. I tell you who I'd been talking to recently to try and persuade her to get. It was a very long shot. Try and get her on the podcast. Is Annette Peacock. Do you know Annette Peacock?
No, I don't know Annette.
You know, I'm the one. Doom, do, 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 do. I'm the one. And it was covered by Mick Ronson on his first album.
Oh, yeah.
And she was the first woman to use electronic processing on her lead vocals.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just good. I tell you what. After we finish there, go to Spotify, type in Annette Peacock, and listen to the I'm the One album. You will love it. And that's 1973.
Oh, wow.
And anyway, I've been talking to her, and she's like nearly 80, and she looks like it really is. There's a painting in the attic that's really old. She doesn't look real, and she's not had any work done or anything.
I love that.
Oh, God, I'm so jealous. Anyway,
Anywho,
where were we? So,
really,
where were we? I'm looking at my notes. I'm not being rude. I'm just going. Is there anything I've forgotten? Oh, have you got any funny touring stories? Just one, Martyn.
funny touring stories. Well, I must say, one time we were in there was one time. There's been a few times. And I'd missed the sound check, and they were like all really worried and stuff. And they came up to my room in the hotel with the and it was all dark in the room. And,
All right.
They got the a hotel manager to come up and unlock the door because he was dead in case something happened to me or got murdered or something. So they came up and they opened the door, and there was the hotel manager, Vince, our tour manager at the time, this female lady, and they came in, and I was in bed with this guy, right? And the night they switched the lights on, and I said, "Oh, hello, oh, hi, this is me, this is and this is so and so, right? And this is so and so. Oh, is it time for the show? I'll get you ready." And then one other time was we came downstairs in the morning, and it was in Dallas, and the lift opened, and I came out of the lift with these three like cowboys, like 6 foot tall, and like Vince was saying, "Oh, I'm surprised you can still walk."
No.
And I'm like, "You cheeky bitch."
Your own personal Village People set.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, Martyn, you know, I would kind of organise these things. You know what you like? You go to a bar, you get carried away.
Yeah.
And then I'd organise these things, and then usually when we get back, I would be like the one that was on the side, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's fine, but mostly, it's just your bravado, isn't it? Through the
Listen, you only live once. YOLO.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know,
That's it, man. Speaking of which, I remember a funny story when you came up to Primrose Hill with Vince, and it was when they first started allowing absinthe. Remember that?
Sorry, what?
You remember absinthe, right? When he first came into the country, and I managed to convince Vince and you to try the absinthe because we did a legendary drink, right?
Yeah.
At the Albert pub in Primrose Hill, and we had one and said, "Well, this isn't doing very
It
much."
was like the real stuff. It was the real
And then, like we had another one, and then the wheel came off, and you said, "I know, let's go to GAY," and we did. When it was at the Astoria, remember?
Yeah.
And I mean, I was flying.
Did they let us in?
They let us in, And then after about an hour, I couldn't find you. And I kept circulating the club. I'm going, they've left me here. Not only could I not find you, I couldn't find the exit. In the end, I went I went to a fire door and tried to open the fire door. Alarm went off. The bouncer came. The bouncer came, put my arm up my back, and I thanked him. Oh God! I had no idea how I got home that night. Anyway, I think there might have been some other substances involved. I can't remember.
The good old days.
Good old days when we weren't half dead.
No.
But anyway, wow. That's one of the mildest stories. But anyway,
that is very mild.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to do we're nearing the end of our beautiful chat.
Really quick that was.
I know, it goes so quick, doesn't it, when you're having fun? So I do this Smash Hits thing, which is where I ask everybody the same questions, like, what's your favourite X? So, what's your favourite book?
My favourite book, I have to say, is The Little Prince by Antoine Saint.
Oh, yeah, it's a great book.
I like it. Ever since I like it. Because it's so, like, correct.
Yeah. Favourite film?
My favourite film, I think actually that has to be the black and white Jean Cocteau version of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
All that kind of shimmering light and...
Yeah.
God, I've watched that about 20 times, I think.
Fantastic. And all the backward feel and white, so beautiful and soft lit.
I prefer black and white anyway. Personally.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway,
Really
favorite TV show, present, past, box set, anything?
Favorite TV show? I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I have to say Charlie's Angels. I know that's so. No, that's kind of
the original though.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah,
I wanted to be Farah, when I was.
Did you?
Yeah, Farah. I used to make the noise of the bionic woman, jumping off the high diving, right, and saying, "Oh, it's all right. They can just film it backwards and
in slow motion."
Maybe look.
What's your favorite visual artist or conceptual artist?
Yeah, my favorite visual artist. Oh, I know that one. I don't know, Martyn.
All right, don't worry.
I'm not savvy enough.
That's all right. Don't worry. No, it's fine. Which is, I mean, we all love so many different musical artists, but which other musical artist or composer?
What that I like?
Yeah, your favourite or one.
Well, apart from Kate Bush, it's got to be Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, a lot of people say that,
Yeah. I mean, she's incredible.
She's incredible.
Very hard. It's very hard to associate someone so much with somebody like with Paul. That it kind of my heart to even listen to anything. Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, but how incredible though.
Oh, I mean, amazing! Just an amazing songwriter, full of passion and soul. But the melodies and there's chord structures and beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a good one. An epiphanal moment, like a moment that changed you. So that tells what direction,
I would say I was living in Hastings and I wasn't very happy. And I walked into a tarot shop and there was this old lady in there. She didn't know me from Adam, I swear. And she started getting these cards out and she went into a trance. She's laying them down. And she said, who's this boy? This man, he's all sleeping all the time. This is when Paul was falling. She goes,
"Hi.
Oh, you have your brother Gary. She said, you're like chalk and cheese." She said, and she just knew all these things. She said, oh, you need to be on the stage. You don't want to be at home washing up and doing the housework. You need to be on stage. You're going to go to New York, you know.
Right.
So I packed my things the very next day.
Did you?
Left and came back to London. Yeah.
Wow.
I was kind of going to give up in the music.
No.
Yeah.
When was this? When was this?
This was probably about 2005.
You could never give up music.
I know I couldn't, Martyn. It's just, I had to kind of go through that, you know, to realise it. But because I couldn't, even when I was down there, and we were still doing stuff. I was doing stuff down there.
I think the thing is that people, a really valuable lesson that I've learned throughout all these podcasts is that there is no exception. Everybody goes through absolutely terrible, terrible, terrible times, and you have to.
That's it.
People don't come through them. You know, we'll probably be talking to them if they didn't. But you know, but to know that everybody who you look up to, or stars, or whatever they are, it's like in every dream, my heartache, isn't it? From the rocks in my.
Yeah, it's the huge.
Still here though, aren't we?
La condition humaine.
Yeah, la condition humaine. Yeah.
Turn the sound up on air. Always does that. Let me just turn it down, Martyn, just for the last minute. The last couple of minutes.
All right.
That's it. It turns itself back up. You know,
what about theatre? Have you got any favourite theatre shows?
I don't know.
I've never asked this question before, but it's you know.
Well, I mean, I do like plays. I love plays, and we did went to see one time a play called The Goat. I don't know if you've read it, but it's about this guy who literally falls in love with the goat in Greece, you know, and it's about just the family reaction and stuff. And it was starring Jonathan Pryce, and
He's
it was
great.
directed by his wife. And it was in Islington.
Oh yeah, the Almeida, no, not the Almeida.
Yeah, I think it was the Almeida.
Yeah,
I think so. And it was just like, I was just like, wow. You know, I knew he could act, but he was like right next door in Highgate, and you know, him and Paul were really good friends. And it's kind of like,
nice.
It was just like blew you away. And
Yeah.
night, I was like,
I really quite like those intimate kind of theatrical experiences.
yeah,
They have such a, if they're done properly, such a power to affect you.
you're kind of there. It's like you're in the ring with them.
That's right. That's right. There's a commonality. Okay. Unfulfilled ambition.
Unfulfilled ambition. I don't know. I mean, you kind of, you know,
Film star. Say film star.
to be a film star. I want to be one of those cinema. What are they called? Heartthrobs.
Yes, and you do look like it. I think you look more handsome now than you've ever looked.
Oh, thank you.
No, Billy. Honestly, I'm not telling
No,
fibs. It's true.
I'm growing into myself.
You look really cool, man. It looks great. Okay. And final question.
Yeah.
Your favourite synth?
My favourite synth is one that I don't have, but I would have to say the Oberheim Expander.
Interesting. You're the first person to say that in 70 episodes. Yeah, it's amazing. Until about 10 episodes ago, no two people had said the same synth.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible? You'd think like there'd be 10 of them say the Minimoog or something.
Yeah, or the Syrinx.
Or the Syrinx or the, Synclavier or whatever. Nope. Everybody... And what it goes to show is that synthesizers are like an indication of your personality, what your favourites are.
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing. They're like, I mean, it's almost like now synths are infinite too.
Oh. On that bombshell. Yeah. On that bombshell, what an absolute delight it is. Even if I've not recorded this, it's just a delight anyway. And I'm going to put this out as soon as I can humanly put it out, because people are going to love it.
Lovely.
All right, Andy, listen, where are you currently anyway? Are you in London?
I'm in Limehouse. Yeah.
Limehouse.
We're in Limehouse.
Oh, cool. Is that your permanent residence now?
Yeah, it is. My partner lives in Miami, so we go backwards and forwards all the time. We have our little baby who's nearly 90 now, a Doberman called Angel Baby.
Oh.
He's so sweet. Honestly, he's so sweet. We have to help him on the couch with his back legs.
Oh no! Oh,
in her.
Is that in Miami? Yeah.
Oh, it breaks my heart.
Oh, oh. So are you all on your own in London then?
I'm on my own, yeah, for now. But we've got all the teams together because we're rehearsing. So, and then Steve came over a couple of weeks ago, and also I managed to get into the US via Mexico about 5 weeks before that. So we've seen quite a bit.
Oh, okay. They've just changed the rules today, haven't they? They're gonna.
And can you get a flight?
No, right.
You can't get one.
Listen, I wanted to go away for the weekend with my friend, just because I've not seen him for ages, in Brighton. Yeah. The price of the hotels, there was a backpacker hotel that was £520 a night. I'm going, what? No, you could get a flight to India for that, you know? No, I'm not doing it. No.
It's like, I mean, the world is crazy.
It is. But we're still happy and being creative, and what a pleasure, Andy. Thank you for doing this. And I will see you, hopefully, very soon. When does the tour start again?
I think it's October the 3rd in Glasgow.
Right. I'm going to give you a shout because I'd like to come and see you, obviously, at some point.
Right.
And we're on tour in November, so I'm hoping we're not going to clash.
Or we might. Well,
it'd be typical, wouldn't it? All right, man. Love you.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Love you. See you later.
I'll let you through, Martyn.
Bye.